Traditional pensions are a thing of the past, almost, for most of us. So the question tonight, what do employees need to be aware of, and how is it that you can still save for your individual retirement plans? Here now with answers to those questions and more, Roland Klunich, president of Roland Financial Wealth Management and author of the book Magnetic Retirement. Always a pleasure. Thanks for coming back in, Roland.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay, so as we move ahead, talk to us about why companies got out of the pension business, if you will, because we've heard so much about how difficult they were to maintain, funding-wise.
Right. Well, that's one of the main reasons that companies in general no longer really wanted to be responsible for managing the pension funds. In the past decade alone, due to the extremely low interest rate environment, poor investment returns, pension plans just haven't been able to keep up with the payments that companies have to make to their retirees. So there's actually a number of pensions across the country right now that are underfunded, and that could pose a risk for future retirees and current retirees maybe having their benefits frozen or reduced in the future.
What kind of protections are out there for these people? Because, a lot of them make the valid argument that they made a deal. This was part of a promise to them years ago.
Exactly. Well, in 1974, Congress established the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation. So basically, their job is to ensure the defined benefit pensions of workers and retirees in the private sector. Many companies that have these pension plans, they pay an insurance premium into a fund, and in the event a pension can't fulfill their obligations, the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation kind of takes that over, and they'll continue to pay the retirees.
Okay, so what are some of the options, if you're looking at your company's pension and you're a little worried about their ability to keep it going?
Well, sometimes companies offer a lump sum option along with a reduced future monthly amount. Some offer just a lump sum where the employee can take out a set amount right out of the pension fund right now, but then they don't get any future benefits. So in either option, the lump sum can be invested right now, and they can be used as part of someone's overall retirement savings strategy.
Now, obviously, at the very beginning of this, we said that the pension system is basically a dinosaur for a lot of us in the current workplace. Let's talk briefly about what else is being offered, because there are some pretty common ways to save for retirement.
That's right, Sean. Many businesses offer either a 401k or a 403b plan. 401ks are usually offered by private and publicly held companies, and 403bs are offered at nonprofits like hospitals and schools. Now, what's nice about them is that regular contributions are taken out of your paycheck on a pre-tax basis. So you don't pay any income tax on the money that you contribute, and the growth in the account grows tax deferred. Also, many companies have some sort of matching policy, or what I like to call free money, where a company matches kind of vary, but typically they contribute a certain percentage to the plan based on what that employee contributes.
Yeah, never leave the free money on the table, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay, just a few seconds left, but any final thoughts on this? Because obviously, everyone at some point is saving for retirement, they hope.
Sean, retirement in general takes a lot of planning, and there's a lot of decisions that you have to make. If you have a pension, you have to decide on what option is going to be best for your particular situation. And remember, if you leave your company, you lose your job, or maybe your company sold, you'll have options to roll over your 401k or 403b to an IRA, an individual retirement account. And by doing that, you have unlimited investment options, and you can be in better control of your money. And if you're not sure how to navigate these decisions, maybe it's time to think about working with a qualified financial advisor who can help guide you through the planning process.
Roland Klunich, we always appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. We'll talk real soon.
My pleasure, Sean.
Thanks.